For this demonstration, I'll be taking on the role of an enterprise salesperson, and I'll be entering in a new product order on behalf of an existing customer. So I can select the customer that I'm ordering, and we're going to order an Enterprise Connect, which is a point-to-point E-line based product. I'm going to enter in my customer reference number, so it might be an order number, and I have to select the A and Z sites that we're going to be connecting up together. So I'll do a search here and find one here. You can see that this site is serviceable and it's an on-net site. So I'll proceed with that, and I need to add the Z end now. If I select this one, and this one is an off-net site but still serviceable, so that I know that I can proceed with that order. There are a number of fields here that are mandatory, so I need to select these, enter these in, select the level of service, say platinum, maybe change the start date, change some of the other values. These values have all come up from the lower level services that combined to create this Enterprise Connect product. Now I'm given a chance to double check my work. I can look at that I've selected the right customer, the correct configuration information, the correct addresses. If I find a mistake, I can edit it, but in this case it's all okay, so I'm going to accept it. And what accepting it has done is to initiate the order fulfillment process. So if I refresh this page now, you'll see that the Enterprise Connect product has been decomposed into an Access E-line
OVC on-net service
and an
OVC off-net service.
And we can see the current status here. We've got the on-net service is reserved and the off-net service is in progress. In fact, I can see the system messages that are being sent to the various downstream systems and the order in which they're being sent. So we've sent a reserve request to the HIP layer, and the HIP layer is then forwarding that on to Sienna Blue Planet, and I can see the content of that. And that, interestingly, that is a TMF 640 API with a MEF Legato payload. I can see the response back from the HIP layer, and the HIP layer is getting this directly from Sienna Blue Planet. I can see the Sonata request, which is the off-net request. Sonata is a MEF API for off-net orders. And we can see all the content of that request. And if I refresh the screen now, and just go back to the system messages, alright, so we can see that the Sonata request, and we've got a Sonata response. That's all good, and then we've initiated an activate for the on-net service and a response from that. So if we look at that activate and see, that's a very simple one, just change the state to activate, and then the response back from Blue Planet via the HIP layer, and then we go ahead and set up the billing records so that we can charge for this product. If we go back to the details, we can see the individual details for each of these services, both on and off net. We can see all the characteristics that were sent to the downstream systems. So different characteristics because the services are being fulfilled by different systems. One on net through the HIP layer and Sienna Blue Planet, and one by a completely different system via the MEF Sonata interface. We have a link here to the service ID from Blue Planet, and I can open that. And that will launch the Blue Planet administration interface to allow me to look at the service details for the on-net part of that service. Okay, and we can see the resource data for what was provisioned. We can see the relationships within that data structure and to the interface that it was ordered via. There we go.
In this Catalyst demo, we've seen an enterprise product ordered, decomposed down to into its constituent services, and having those services ordered through TMF and MEF standard APIs to successfully fulfill that product. We've also seen a successful, albeit simplified, implementation of the TMF's hybrid infrastructure platform layer as a starting point to prove out that architecture.